My name is Captain Michael Sharky Marquez. For as long as I can remember, a passion for fishing has flowed through my veins. I run Outcast Charters in Galveston, Texas, and love taking people out on the water and making memories that will last a lifetime. We're teaming up with some of the most incredible anglers around the great state of Texas to educate and show the beauty of God's creation. Join me in my constant pursuit to find the next monster catch. Every day is a new journey. There's no better feeling than waking up and knowing that I get to go fishing. I was born in Mexico City, Mexico, and grew up on the Texas coast where I spent every spare moment out on the water. I earned my degree in maritime business from Texas A&M and started Outcast Charters with one boat. Outcast Charters is now Galveston's #1 fishing charter company, voted by Galveston.com, running 7 days a week with 4 boats. After my first year in business, we created our own line of fishing apparel called Monster Fishing. This was based on my infamous catchphrase, "It's a monster, baby!" We now sponsor over 100 professional anglers around the world, including my good friend, Brad Panek, otherwise known as Captain Catch-A-Lot. Today, we're going out to target the elusive Texas trophy trout. What's up, Brad? Ready to catch a fish or what? Let's do it, man. I'm excited. Let's go, let's go. Let's go get them. Loaded up our gear, got our artificials, got our rigs ready to roll. We headed straight to the shorelines in the Galveston Bay complex where there's nice green water, lots of bait, and structure to target the Texas trophy trout. So we pulled up to our first spot. I couldn't be more excited to hop into the water and start targeting this monster trout we were looking for. So we're using a down south chartreuse lure on a 1/8 ounce jig head. We were working it pretty fast, holding it in the upper water column where those trophy trout are primarily swimming around targeting those bait. Let's catch some monster fish, man. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Boom! Brad is hooked up on a nice trout and it's a beauty. Big one. Nice! Speckled trout are one of the most finicky species around. To target these guys, you want to be nice and quiet, whether you're throwing the anchor in the water or you're changing out rigs, stomping around the boat. These fish spook really easily. They like to hang out in the upper water column, so when we're fishing and targeting these species, we're going to be throwing lightweight to keep that bait looking nice and natural and floating in that water column right where those big trout are going to be hanging out at. So we're using castaway rods. I love to throw a medium action rod when I'm using live bait, and I'll go to a light action 7-foot pole with a little bit more pop in the tip, and that's when I'm throwing the artificials just to really work that tail and give it that natural look in the water. Hooked up, baby! And after about 10-15 minutes, I hooked into a big one, and I'm screaming, "Woo! Brad, I got it!" He comes up, he busts the water. So up along those oyster beds, we did find a couple of nice redfish today. That was a great bonus for us. Not what we were expecting to catch, especially a little bit of a curveball once we actually hooked these fish. I'm like, man, we got a big monster trout on, and it ended up being a redfish. A little bit disappointing, but then we're just stoked to have the opportunity to catch these redfish out there today. If you're struggling throwing artificial lures, a great alternative for bait is gonna be using live croaker, live mullet, and live shrimp. You wanna change these suckers out every 2 to 3 casts to make sure they're nice and alive on the line. Like I said, those trout are super finicky and they love targeting bait that's going crazy.
There's one.
Baby. So at our first spot, we had a crazy wind to our back. I noticed that the water was just starting to turn colors from that nice green we were looking for to a little bit murky. So what we decided to do was hop onto a different shoreline with a little bit more protection behind us. And that water was holding a nice, solid green color, exactly what we were looking for. The bait fish were going crazy. Basically, it's just all about moving spots until you can find where those fish are at. Once you do, you're gonna be hooking up left and right. Big trout. Oh, it's nice, baby. Oh, yeah. Whoa! Woo! Give me some. So after I reeled in my monster trout and Brad caught his trophy trout, we decided to end it on a good note and finish up the day. We hopped back on the boat and headed to the Galveston Yacht Basin. Gonna take some pictures, clean up the smaller trout that we caught, and call it a day. Such an honor and privilege to be out there fishing with this guy, fishing in the right spot at the right time, with the right baits. Everything came together to make for a perfect day on the water. You're a beast.
Man,
That bite.
you are. You're the one with the big one.
We had an incredible day on the water fishing with Captain Brad, the legend of Texas trophy trout. Tune in next week as we're going flounder gigging with Captain Porter. And as always, it's a monster, baby. We'll see y'all next time.